Good morning, everyone. And today we are speaking with Joy, who is a patient of Oren Bar, and she would like to tell us about her experience that she has had with him. It's always important, we can always, as our videos show, the uh, what pain is and how it works in our body and stuff. It's always good to see it in action with a person who has dealt with any various different aspects of pain and how they have been able to overcome it with the help of Oren. So like I said, today we are with Miss Joy, and she will give us her experience. So good morning, how are you today?
I'm great on this beautiful morning, and I'm thrilled to be giving a testimonial for somebody that is really outstanding.
Yeah, thank you. So just a little bit of background. What brought you to Oren in the first place? How was your life before you met him?
Um, Two car incidences where my car was totaled by cars hitting me. And so there was a lot of trauma in the first one because I wasn't even sure if I was alive or if I was dead in the car because the impact was so strong on an expressway going to Florida. And uh, so a lot of the emotions of that uh, crash, I think, went deep into my body. And then it was in 2012 that another car could not stop at a stoplight, and it went into my car again, which reactivated a lot of the trauma from that first car crash. So how I knew about him is I was working out in a class um, at the gym, and it was a mild class, but the instructor hadn't come in yet, and I saw a group of women gathered around this one woman, and all I could hear this one woman say is that, "Oh my gosh, he's an angel. I thought I would be in a wheelchair my whole life." She wasn't in a wheelchair yet, but that's where she was heading before she met him. And so I overheard that. And when the women moved away from her, I went over and I said, I heard you say that, what you were just saying. And who is this person? Because I've got some body issues from car crashes. And she told me his name was Oren Bar and to give him a call. So I think a few days later, I did give him a call. And so I made a time to just come meet him. And I came to his office, and in the little waiting room up front, he was eating his lunch. And I came a little bit early to make sure I could find the place. And when I saw him eating, I said, "Oh, I can go wait in the car if I'm a little bit early, so you can finish eating." And he said, "No, that's not necessary at all." And what I'm about to tell you uh, was a big thing for me. And that's why I'm talking about this part of just meeting him for the first time. So he began to look at me sitting in his chair, his eyes focused so intently upon me as we were talking. And he was so grounded, so laid back, and just so calm. And he kept looking deeply into my eyes. And I said to him, I said, this is really a beautiful trait, because when somebody looks that deeply into another's eyes, there's a deep connection that's already being built. And being in the life coaching business and spirituality and many years of inner development, I knew that this was an incredible trait. And I knew that I wanted to work with someone who could look so deeply into the windows of my soul.
Mhm.
So when I came to him for the work, um, I had started feeling the buildup of trauma. And Oren is trained in post traumatic stress syndrome. He trained and treated soldiers coming back from war. I believe that's what he told me. So I was on the treatment table lying down, and he used the techniques that uh, are trigger points where trauma can be stored. So he was exploring the different areas in my body with his hands to see where the charge was still there, where the energy of some of the trauma was embedded. And when he would find the spot, the reaction of my body and all bodies when they're getting this kind of work, my body began to shake incredibly. And that was my body releasing the memories and the energy of the experience. And he explained to me that animals out in the wild, when they've had a traumatic experience, when another animal is attacking them or ready to, when the incident is over, the animal goes into a safe place and shakes its body to release the trauma. But humans haven't done that. So my work with Oren has been on two levels. One level, he is what I call, and I know others have too, a body whisperer. He can put his hands on the body, and he can sense where the body is needing release work. And so I can tell him, what's up or where I'm feeling it, but he goes way beyond that. He explores, and so I've the body work is one aspect of what he does with me, where the muscles and the tendons and the alignment all come back into proper alignment again. And the other aspect of our work over, I guess it's been about 6 years now, is about opening my heart to love. So I have so much love inside, but because of some life events, my heart closed and shut down a whole lot to protect itself. And I had been in the process of doing so much inner work. And so I responded to the love that comes through Oren when he does this work. So, for example, when some of the release was happening through the body during the trauma release work, it automatically opens up emotions. So there would be tears coming from me. And in the past, I never cried in front of strangers, but this kind of release allows that to happen. And he would be so gentle and so tender, and I felt so safe in allowing this process that was bringing me great healing bit by bit. I allowed the process to unfold because I trusted him. So during these last 3 years, my heart has opened exponentially. I'm doing other kinds of work that help that, but he is, I would say, he's one of the biggest healers that has ever done this kind of work with me. And my heart opened so much to love that I could feel the vibrations of love. When I'm lying on the table, I feel it because he is sending this pure love from his heart into my heart. And I know that it's available to his other clients who are able and ready to receive it. And I have been so ready to receive it. So there have been times, when we will just gaze in one another's eyes at the end of a treatment, and this cycle of love goes around. It's receiving and giving. And it's at those times where I have felt what I'm calling bliss, absolute bliss. And I would say to him, this is unreal. This feels like heaven on earth. This feels like um, I've never experienced anything that is so incredible. My whole body is responding to this love energy. So I can't say enough good about Oren and his expertise in so many areas. And I do know this, that he tailors his method, not the specifics of the treatment, but he tailors how he relates to each individual client according to what it is their inner self is needing the most. And he tunes into that just automatically.
Yeah.
So
So
that, yeah,
that that is always good because no matter if you're dealing with a PT, a OT, a doctor, a life coach, having a good connection with them always aids. I find aids in the healing process, in the process at all, any part of the process. And if you don't have that good connection, and if you don't feel safe with that person, if you don't feel the things you need to feel, your healing gets hampered. So it's good to know that you have someone that is there, that the healing can take place because you have that. You have that connection, you have that trust in them being able to give you what you need in order to keep going with your process. So that's always very important in any type of work that we do, and how a person interprets that is always different. How you interpret it as the love and and everything is how you interpret it, where our next person would just be interpreting as, yeah, he knows his stuff. Some people are very clinical and some people are very emotional.
that's right.
So how they go into and how it makes them feel when they're in the space makes a difference. That's also a very personal thing to the person.
Yeah,
So the fact that he can tailor that to an individual person is also very good
yeah.
in treating.
Yes.
So thank you. So since all that has happened, like you said, it has opened you up. How have your life um changed? Because you've been with him now for quite a while. So it's it's now it's not so much, and of course healing takes time. Healing, it didn't take 2 minutes to get in the situation, so it doesn't take 2 minutes to get out. But the continue, I know he has done wonders for you, and yet you have still decided to keep seeing him. So how has that affected you as well?
Well, let me just say this. It's a decision I made to have a session monthly,
Hmm.
because no matter what's going on in my life, whether I have pains or anything, I knew it was just a wonderful gift that I was giving myself to go in.
Hmm.
And so, at times it's just he does a lot of body work.
Hmm.
It's not always that I'm releasing. But how has it changed my life? Um, I have been on this journey of joy and love for a really long time. But since, not but, and since the years that I've worked with him, the love and the joy have uh, increased over and over and over, overflowing, till people will often stop me and say, "Wow, there's just so much joy coming from you, and I feel your love." And I tell him all the time, thank you for really helping me open this heart, because that's been just my intention. So it's changed my life in such expansive ways. I see the beauty of the universe. I see what's possible. I see how our thoughts truly create our experience. And just working with him is most uplifting. And I must say, the beautiful music that he plays uh, adds another whole dimension of just almost at times feeling like it's a spa room. But it's a wonderful experience.
Yes, it can be. It can be. I have experienced it myself, and yes, it's very calming in a world that can be kind of chaotic, especially in this time, um, with what's going on. So now I'm noticing that picture that's behind you. It's nice. Did you do that picture, or is
This
it just
this
a?
picture I had before I really started doing artwork
Mm-hmm.
regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought the picture, a while back, because I love vibrant, beautiful colors.
Mm-hmm.
And so the kind of work that I do is it's full of color. It's light-hearted type of artwork, and with all these messages embedded in love and oneness and the beauty of life and how we can expand our lives when we focus on the positives. So, all of the artwork that I do is um, uplifting and inspirational. And that's not one of them, but I love it.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a couple of your pieces, and they actually are, I believe, a couple of pieces of art in Oran's office
Yes.
that people can see, and it's very uplifting to have a nice piece of work to look at, and that gives you joy and can bring you joy, which is what art is supposed to do. It's supposed to be something that brings you joy. So, thank you so much for coming in and giving us a little piece of you that we can take and learn from and receive whatever it is we need to receive, because I'm a big believer in whoever sees anything, they see it when they need it. And they when they need something uplifting, this definitely will be a very uplifting video for them to watch. So
Yeah.
thank you again for your input and being able to open up to us. And I will hope we can see you again at another time.
Well, thank you.
Welcome. Have a great day.
Thanks.